a special program in living color on NBC.
Timex presents Jack Benny's 20th TV anniversary special, starring Jack Benny with his guest stars Bob Hope, Dinah Shore, special guest star Frank Sinatra, with Mary Livingston and Dennis Day, Rochester, Mel Blanc, Frank Nelson, Benny Rubin, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Jack Benny's 20th anniversary TV special is brought to you by Timex, world's largest manufacturer of watches. Timex, the dependable watch. Precision made to wear with confidence. Timex, the fashionable watch. Style to wear with pride. Two important reasons why more people buy Timex than any other watch in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Don Wilson, and I'd like to say what a great personal thrill it is for me to have the honor of introducing the star of our show tonight on his 20th television anniversary. Now, as most of you know, I had the privilege of working with Jack since 1934, first in radio and then on television until he concluded his weekly series. Since then, of course, Jack has kept busy with specials, concerts, nightclubs, and personal appearances. And you want to know something? Not once did I ever hear from him. But Jack's just doing great, and really I'm very, very happy for him. But what about me? Sitting out there in Palm Springs waiting for the phone to ring. For all he knows, I could be starving. Well, I'll admit Jack has a lot of talent. But there is such a thing as loyalty, devotion, a spark of humanity.
Please, forget it. Don, what is this? What's the matter? You're supposed to introduce me, that's all.
Introduce yourself.
Well, to continue with my anniversary special, what was he talking about? I mean, loyalty, devotion. What am I, a comedian or a cocker spaniel? Imagine him starving. He's got more meat on him than a pregnant hippopotamus. But ladies and gentlemen, I can hardly believe that it's been 20 years since my first TV show. But it has. And you know, that first year, I only did 2 television shows. And when that worked out, I did 4 shows a year. Then 6, then 12. And finally, 36 shows a year. And here I am again, doing 2 a year. Who knows, maybe next year I'll be back in radio. Be so bad. You know, there were some big advantages to radio. Rehearsals were at a minimum. There were no retakes. You could wear the same suit year after year. What a great medium. Let's see, I was in radio 18 years. I had 3 sponsors and 4 suits. No, I had 4 sponsors and 3 suits. But I must admit, I really was worried when I first went into television. I'll tell you why. You see, in radio, the listening audiences created their own pictures. But on television, now let's take my vault. You see, that looked different. My living room wasn't what they expected. I didn't really look cheap. The only true picture was Phil Harris. Who else would lead an orchestra lying face down? Now, to get on with my anniversary program, I'm especially excited tonight to have with me a lovely lady who was the guest on my very first television show, Miss Dinah Shore. Here we are again.
Yes, sir.
Dinah, remember that first show we did in New York?
Oh, do I ever. We were both nervous wrecks.
Right?
In fact, we were so nervous right after the show we went over to Sardi's and we had a couple of drinks and we relaxed.
Yeah. And you remember what happened? We were too young and they wouldn't serve us any alcohol.
I was too young. You had a beer.
Oh, that's right. You just sat there and ate my pretzels. Yeah, but you know, Dinah, I can still remember those reviews of my opening show. Weren't they awful?
Oh, yeah. Especially that one critic who said after seeing Jack Benny for the first time on TV last night, I predict he won't last a month.
Yeah. Well, that one didn't count. It was in a medical journal. But, you see, it was the daily papers that hurt. Nearly every one of them said, Jack Benny opened on television last night and died. Imagine, died.
No, the Christian Science Monitor didn't say you died.
What'd they say?
The Christian Science Monitor said Jack Benny made the transition peacefully.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I felt better then.
Yeah,
That's
something
right.
like that, yeah.
But, Dinah, as long as we are reminiscing,
Yeah.
who do you consider, say, the greatest television comedian of the last 20 years?
Oh, boy, I couldn't do that, Jack. I mean, how could you ask me to single out one comedian? It's
Well,
not
all right,
fair
all
to
right.
the others.
Well, I agree. But forget me. Look, I'm not fishing for compliments.
No.
You're entitled to your opinion. Who do you think is the best comedian on television? I promise you, I won't be offended.
Well, all right, if you promise you won't be offended, I would have to say Red Skelton.
Why him?
You said I was entitled to my own opinion, Jack.
Well, what do you know about comedy? You're a singer. Go ahead and sing it.
Okay.
There.
Aren't you even going to introduce my song?
Introduce it yourself.